Hello everybody, welcome to Creative Chess channel. My name is Novikova Galina. I am a women feeder master and today is my next middle game lesson, which is today devoted to the topic dominating knight. You see that if we found a forepost for our knight during the game, it would be super cool and it can gain we can gain some advantage which can be decisive in the game. If we have a look at this position, which happened in the game between Azarov and Socko, very famous GM from Poland, here such forepost might have been on the e6 square, but you see this pawn is on our way, and that's why we can't, with our knights, for example, jump here because it would be just taken. So what to do in this case? Here, white played a seemingly strange move, queen to b4. Actually, let's imagine that black don't notice anything. They just, okay, say, we play with our rook. What to do in this case? Actually, white's threat is to take the pawn. That was the idea with queen b4. And now it became clear that if black takes, we take, and white can take the knight, and for example later we can take e5 pawn, we can organize checkmate already, yes, on g7. So actually white is winning here. So that was the idea behind queen to b4. So black saw this, of course, and played king g8. But anyway, despite all of this, white just took the pawn on g5, on e5. So the idea of black was to, of course, not to take the knight because it's impossible, but to play f6. And it became understandable that white is going to lose a piece. They are going to be a piece down. Actually, why did white make all this? Why they are going to play without their piece? So everything becomes clear after move knight to g5. We can see that besides attacking h7 pawn, which in this position is not very important, the most important thing that white is going to come to this e6 square. And if we have our forepost on the 6th rank, it's really very, very dangerous. So, for example, for a black king here. The problem for black is, of course, the king is open. It's really bad. It's number one. Problem number one. Problem number two is that no black piece can fight for the e6 square. Knight is too far. Of course, queen is not going to commit suicide here. And if to take the bishop, which seems reasonable, but then what to make with the rook? So that's why knight is alone and no other piece can fight for this e6 square. Okay, h7 pawn is under attack, so h6 was played and knight jumps into e6. And now, though white is a piece down, can you guys guess what is the evaluation of the computer here? Computer shows +6 in white's favor, +6. So why? Actually, so we understand why after move c4. Why c4 was played? Guys, by the way, a question to you again. So can you please answer why c4 was played here? The answer, so the answer is that first we can bring the rook, because you see c3 pawn was standing on our way. Yeah, we are cleaning the rook. And of course, the rook doesn't want to stand here. It has nothing to do. It wants to checkmate the king, either from here or from there. And there is also, sorry, the second reason is that now queen can go to, for example, to g7. So there are two reasons why white played c4. c5, queen c3 anyway, check is coming, knight f6, closing the way for our queen, but doesn't matter. Queen g3, we are taking g6, Bishop b7 was played, but black is helpless. Of course, we are not trading rooks, guys. Please attention. If you are attacking and you're lacking some material, no exchanges. Just bring more pieces, the better, into the attack. Queen h8, so black tries to protect, but now again, it's like a killer move for black because g6 pawn is under attack. It's not because of the pawn, because of the fork, yes, the coming fork. King tried to run away, but knight g6, queen d8, queen h4, attacking the knight. Knight goes to e8, and now rook f7. And it is the end. Rook came to the 7th rank, king goes here, and after knight e7, black resigned. So actually, why they resigned? Let's have a look. So first of all, it's check. If we go on this line, so the simplest just to play knight c6, and you see that black, because of its check, black is going to lose their queen. If not to go to f7 rank, not to wait for this discovered attack and go to b8, it's even worse, because here you may play queen c6, and after bishop c6, just queen d8, checkmate. Again, guys, you see what was it was a very, very nice four-post on e6, very nice, and actually for this four-post, white were ready to sacrifice a piece, and it was worth it because black's position since then was lost. So it's example number 1. And one more example I want to show. It was the game played just a second in 2010 between Svidler and Berg. Peter Svidler, our famous Russian guy, he was playing white, and it was his move. And guys, first of all, can you find, please, a nice four-post for our knight? Where is the best square for the knight? And maybe even then, understanding this, you will try to find a move which gives us an opportunity to occupy that nice square. Okay, so the answer is, of course, the best squares in a lot of positions is like this. It's d5 square. It's not on the 6th rank. That's why it's not that terrible. Yeah, because if you have 4 posts on the 6th rank, it's much worse. But on d5 is also not very pleasant, and sometimes it gives a decisive advantage. And of course, you can't jump here now because you'll just exchange, and that's all. And that's why Svidler plays g4. First, he wants to go g5 and just to expel the knight and then occupy this d5 square. That's why black doesn't have any choice but to take the pawn. And here, knight jumps to d5 with tempo. We are attacking the queen, we are attacking the bishop, so the bishop has to retreat, protecting. And rook h1. So one more advantage of g4 is that you open the file, yeah, here, and we are going to attack the black's king. Knight e3. You may ask me a question, why not to come back, yeah, and try to eliminate the knight, why to take the bishop? But in this case, it's a very, very unpleasant bishop h6, and you see we are taking exchange, yes, and the white is better. That's why black preferred to take the bishop. Svidler took, and king goes to h8. King is waiting because now it's understandable that first white has nice four-post on d5, and the second reason is that now we are going to attack the king, the black king. Queen a7. Not taking some pawns here. Rook a8 protecting. Queen b7. Actually, queen is very annoying, jumping there. Nobody can get rid of it. bishop f6, queen c6, attacking the d6 square, and bishop returns to e7. You see, guys are jumping around and about, so they don't know what to do. Actually, queen is doing something, some useless things there, attacking some pawns. But where is the attack? Guys, let's move it. You're right, so let's play queen d3. Actually, Svidler did it. Of course, the idea is to play with the second rook and try to attack g7 square. Knight f6. Takes. By the way, white we are exchanging here because after we take, you see it's impossible to take with bishop because the pawn is hanging. We just take, be a pawn up, a very nice position. And we take the knight just because we want to spoil the pawn structure. See, it's very bad. All these pawns are really bad. And still we have this d5, and still we have a knight. By the way, if we need this, we can again bring our knights into the game. For example, how we can do it. A lot of, I don't know, so a lot of things, but it's very long, long story, but still, if we want one day, we can come this jump, with the knight. But now Svidler just attacking. So he brings another rook, queen c8. Guys, we are attacking. Will we exchange or not? Of course, no. Of course, we are attacking, no exchanges. No exchanging is actually my motto. Queen goes to d5. Black is pursuing, chasing the white, but of course white just tried to avoid. So the bishop was under attack. Knight a5, queen c8. And you see, still black is moving, and they're running after the queen, but of course queen ran away. By the way, here Svidler missed quite an easy win. Instead of going to queen b3, he might have played queen d2. And for example, after rook g8, just play queen g2, and you see we are going to take the rook already with checkmate. Yeah. And what to do, and if black tries to play to close this, we'll just play h4, and let's say exchange, and so who's going to protect this checkmate? There is no protection, just to take the rook, but to play with without the queen, it's not fun. So that's why Svidler, instead of going too far away from this front line, so he should have played this idea. But Peter retreated to b3, rook g8, and you see f7 pawn can be taken. Svidler took it, and black decided to go for an endgame. By the way, guys, if you haven't watched my video about this endgame, queen versus two rooks it's called, it was my, I think, last video, last middle game lesson. Have a look. I told you in this endgames that here it's very important the position of the black king, because if king wasn't exposed, it wasn't open, then black's position might be even better. But you see, king is in a very bad condition. Besides, you see this pawn structures also matters, because bishop is a dark square, and the pawns are standing on dark squares, and this bishop is immobile. It doesn't have any mobility. That's why here black is losing, but in general it's not always that then two rooks are worse than queen. Yeah, but here you see soon the knight will jump and try to attack the king and help the queen. So the rook returned, knight was jumping, we are taking the bishop, and after several moves, it wasn't very difficult here. You see, maybe knight wants to go to here, but actually Svidler had a very nice tactics in mind. Rook d8 was played, but if, for example, you see the rook is under attack, actually Svidler is a very sly guy. He wanted, for example, his opponent to play like this. And now, guys, it's your turn. Just find some tactics here, so it's white to move and win. So how to do it? Yeah, in this case, Svidler might have played just like this, check. And if black takes and take, and you see there is no protection from checkmate. Very beautiful, but his opponent played rook d8. You see still the rook is under attack, that's why queen c6. Both guys are under attack. Bishop went to g1, and after h3, black resigned. Yeah, useless to play. You see white is going to take some more pawns, and here everything is will hang over, so he will have a lot of passed pawns here. Useless to play, and that's why black resigned. Here, if we speak about foreposts, a very nice forepost for the knight was on d5, on the 5th rank, yeah, and it was very important, and of course it helped white to win and to occupy this forepost. Not right now, guys, because you'll just be exchanging, that's all. But g4, yes, we distract the knight from d5, and then Svidler jumped to the temple. Okay, guys, I hope you like my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube chess channel. See you in my next videos, and bye-bye.